Hey folks, welcome back. We have just entered the classical era as the Achaemenids, which, great choice for this era, can't wait to play them. And we are in a game where we have limited the amount of space available to effectively create the Thunderdome. I talk a little bit about it in my first video in the series, of course, but we have a 30% land percentage, single continent game, so everyone is in very close proximity to each other. And we picked the Hittites in the ancient era, which I don't think I've actually played on the channel before. And we had a fairly successful era, managing to conquer Byblos here and later Kerral, and sort of just occupied Kerral to pump up our main cities a bit. We are at war with two different players right now that have kind of sandwiched us. So we have Mycenae down here, and they are currently the Achaemenids. And then up here we have what were formerly the Egyptians and are now the Celts. And they've actually besieged Byblos and are a bit ahead of me on tech. So we'll need to wrap this battle up, hopefully. I should have enough combat strength that I can deal with this pretty effectively. And then we need to strategize about how we're taking this player out. I'm less worried about the former Mycenaeans. I forgot what they are, the Achaemenids now. Just because they haven't like really organized their combat strength against us yet. I'm going to move these guys away. They kind of got trapped in here by this Cyclopean fortress. So just need to get them out before they get caught. So up here, we are going to sortie. So you'll see they have two swordsmen, Gazzetti, and an archer. So I'm going to arrange our forces here. These levies are not going to be very strong. I'm basically just going to use them to provide adjacency bonuses. Whoop. Why can't I click this one? There we go. So I'm just going to use them to provide adjacency bonuses to some of my other units, but they're not really strong enough to resist swordsmen, so I'm going to kind of keep them in the back. What unit is that? Okay, not too worried about an envoy reinforcement. That's not really a big deal. I would like to have, that's levies there. I would like to have one of these warriors, let's see. Yeah, so that's a levy there. I'm going to keep both of my levies over here because this combat zone is likely to expand and I don't want them kind of flanking me. And I want to have one warrior in this back area just in case I need to like pull this guy out to save him. So I think a deployment like that looks okay. Okay, and we just want to focus fire on probably the Gazzetti there. Makes some sense. I guess everyone can hit the swordsman here, though, so that might be a better focus fire target, so let's do that. And then I am going to attack with the Jaeger here, just because pretty even in combat strength, and it'll prevent this guy from moving or attacking. You can only do one or the other. Okay, so should be able to take that guy out with an archer shot. And then we'll hit the Gazzetti. And I'm actually going to back these archers up because now that the Gazzetti are on the river, it's only one movement to get to them. Or not one movement, but they can kind of move freely along the river. Just wanted to make sure that I wouldn't get killed in case that guy decided he wanted to come to the archers. Took him out, of course, so not a big deal. All right, these warriors should be fine for one more turn, given their combat bonuses that they have while they're in the river there. And we're going to come out with this unit, and this guy should take out the archers for us. And then we can worry about these swordsmen here. So as we'll need to take out the envoy as well. I was going to say it feels a bit unusual that they're playing so defensively, but I suppose I did Sally here, so pretty normal play on their part, I suppose. Yeah, really glad I got this chariot, actually. That high combat strength is quite helpful right now. Okay, we'll just idle. I need to take a look at my tech as well. So standing army is the obvious first technology. I am very bad technology right now. I am going to go ahead and buy this harbor so I can continue to grow in this city. And then I'm going to grab the House of Scribes to pump up my science a little bit. It's only +1 science per researcher, but it does give some extra researcher slots as well, which will be quite handy. I am thinking about even potentially getting a granary in here for some farmers, just because I have a lot of coffee right now, which actually kind of makes that worth it, because I would like to fill these slots out. And I don't really have good river tiles in this area. Actually, speaking of food, I should buy a couple of these. No, I think that's fine there. And here... Yep, that will work just fine. Okay. I will end up attaching this territory in the near future, I think. Okay, so we're waiting one turn there. And should be able to wrap this up just with our archers. There we go. Okay, so that is the first step to victory there. And do have more units. That's pretty low tech there. These guys are all going to be paralyzed for a turn, basically. Let's get these guys out. And actually, I have a treaty I could sign. I'm going to grab the science collaboration here. That's going to help my science output quite a bit. Have osmosis event. I really don't want that. I'm fine with losing some stability here. I'm just building units at the moment anyway. Actually, there's a dead district there that would make for a good satrap's palace. And then up in Byblos, I can finally produce some stuff again. I'm going to go ahead and buy that Maker's Quarter, just so I can get stuff up and running a little faster. And that's a pretty decent satraps there. I'd rather not lose the food and industry on the river, so get a couple of those queued up. And then honestly, I might go for 2 of these chariots. I'm going to put that first in the queue, just because they have a pretty high base combat strength that is fairly competitive with the swordsmen, and I don't have access to swordsmen yet. Okay. Actually, that reduced industry cost on units will be quite handy. And I'm going to move all these units before I make this attack. At least that unit there. This one I'm going to wait. So once they're... they are in the combat zone. So I'll move this one up. So once they get into combat, you lose some of the movement. So often better to position your units before you initiate the combat. Actually, they got zoned controlled by this other army, so I should be able to catch them here. And these are just normal warriors, right? Yeah, so shouldn't be too dangerous. We have equal combat strength. That guy can just stay in the back. Any high ground I can take advantage of here? Not really. Don't want to deploy on the river. Something like that, maybe. Let that guy be in the city. These guys are on the low ground right now, though, which I'm not a fan of. Okay. Alright, that seems okay to me. Actually, I don't need them down there. He can provide some adjacency to the archers. There's a reinforcement. Okay. So we can block that guy pretty easily, I think. Let's get our archer shots first, and then we'll move some units. We're going to focus fire the archers with the units that are able to hit them. And we're just going to camp out with the rest of the units. And then over here, we're just going to move like that to block them from kind of getting up onto the high ground. So they'll have to attack uphill there. Okay. Don't want to make any offensive attacks, just going to let them come to me. And they're actually backing up here, which is good for me. Move all these archers up. Take out their only fire supports, and then we'll focus fire on the one on the flag. I'm hoping I can end this combat on this turn, which I think I should be able to do. Okay, I'm going to attack the Gazzetti here as well. They have some negative combat strength from being suppressed. That could actually be worth making that attack. Now they'll probably attack me this turn. Yeah. In the meantime, while they're doing that, we've got some satraps' palaces to build. This one's really nice, actually. Adjacent to 2 luxury resource deposits is pretty solid. That should be fine. Whoops. Pressed a button there on my keyboard. Or on my mouse, rather. I lose a lot of industry there. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that'll be fine up there. Okay. Now back over here. Okay, we've taken care of the Gazzetti reinforcement, so we're going to focus fire on these warriors, just so I make sure that flag is clear. Then probably move that guy right there, so I can take that shot as well. And might as well clean them up. Alright. Pretty easy. Great, so now we're in pretty good position to move out towards Thebes, I think. So we've got 1 unit coming here. 0 cost to buy it, so might as well rush that. All right. Not sure what happens when it gets to 0 cost exactly. That happens every once in a while, and I don't really know what the cause is. Let's see. I think I want to just keep all these guys together. These warriors, yeah, I might need them if they are building like sizable army. I might as well attack this guy here just to get some more support. War support there is fine for now. It's a little bit on the low side because they've used Placate a couple times. Nothing I can really do about that for the time being. Okay. I just want to bring... Oh, what happened to my vision? That was very strange. Yeah, I brought the reinforcements in and I suddenly lost vision of the unit that I was attacking. Which is like not that big of a deal. Oh, and now they have some reinforcements. That's really unfortunate. So those guys are actually going to just die there. Yeah, that feels really silly to me. I should have been able to kill them on the first round of combat, and now I'm stuck in this really bad terrain. There's a case to be made that I should just not attack up there. Let them maybe come downhill. Unfortunately, like, my city is captured in this kind of area, which makes it a little untenable to not try to resolve this combat because Byblos is functionally very important for my economy. So I'm thinking I maybe try to get a unit like right here where they won't get any major combat strength bonuses against me. And I think same right here. I am on a river, but they'd also have to be on a river. I just want to get my ranged units in a position that I can hit these targets efficiently. Okay. And some of these guys will definitely need to reinforce up this way. And one more shot here. So as that guy's a little more efficient to hit since he's not fortified at the moment. So technically they'd get a little bit of a bonus if they went here because it's high ground, but it kind of is negated a little bit by the fact that there's a river. So it'd only be +1 combat strength, which isn't that big of a deal. All right, so just going to use range superiority on these Gazzetti here. This is going to take a while given the relative combat strength differences in our units. I could also claim a wonder. There's maybe a case for Pyramid of the Sun. Could be quite nice for me if I were to place that in Hattusa, since I'll struggle with growth a little bit in the city. I'm actually going to take a couple people off of industry and put them on food. That'll slow my production down a bit, but it's not too much of a problem, only losing 1 turn there. And then down here, okay, finally gotten rid of those guys that were pillaging my stuff. Could also get some easy war score here by attacking this unit. And hopefully they don't bring in any reinforcements. I don't know what's taking so long to process here. Sometimes the battles get a little bit bugged. It hasn't been a major issue recently, but it does still happen every once in a while. Okay, let's put everyone on industry, I think. How much production can I get from that? Not very much. Some stability, probably nice. And up here. I did not end my round, okay. So they're just going to stay put, which is a little odd. Thankfully I have all these archers. I'm curious if they will try to reinforce next round. hopefully I can clean that up on the next turn. I'd really like to get Byblos back in the game. It would also be nice to get a diplomat here, just to pick up some of this leverage, whatever these guys are called. Envoys, not a diplomat, but y'all know who I was talking about. Okay, they are bringing in some more Gazetti. I don't think they'll make it this round, so I think we can take the rest of this down just by plinking them with archers. Great. Good news about this particular location is that production in Thebes was also disabled. Okay. No direct line to get up there on next turn, so one more turn before I can attack it. Okay, it would be really nice to have that territory actually. Who are oh, those are the Huns. Right, I have a non-aggression pact with them at the moment. I'm actually, there's a case to renounce that. I think I'm going to. I was hoping to claim that territory again after it got pillaged, but it doesn't look like that's going to be feasible. I'm going to send this chariot out just to try to claim this territory right here. It would be really nice to grab this sage for some extra food in my cities. And up in Hattusa, Satrap's Palace is almost done. I'm going to do something that I almost never do, which is build the granary early in the game. In fact, I almost completely skip it a lot of the time, but I do think it's actually worth it this game. Rare decision on my part. Okay. And those guys are fine, just idling, and I wouldn't mind another unit in here either. I'm just going to grab a normal warrior, just in case Orange decides it's time to come after me. I have unlocked swordsmen. Go ahead and make some upgrades there. So these are going to be the units that get in there and attack for me, and I'm going to bring these guys all back and just start upgrading these units here. So now I can really go more toe-to-toe melee. Don't have quite enough to upgrade all of those units, but it's fine. Should be able to do one more per turn from here, basically. I don't have a lot of gold right now. It'd be really nice to occupy another city. I think hydrology is maybe next on the list, though. I don't really have a ton of river in this game. I guess Corral would benefit quite a lot from that to help get that online. Hattusa would not as much, but this one is going okay for the time being. So I think I still get hydrology to benefit my other two cities here. Okay. I don't see any more leverage. I'm just going to pull this guy back. I don't want him to get attacked by other units. And that looks like pillaged districts there, so I could drop one there and it should instantly create the outpost. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. I will also need to get this iron here. Okay, Satrap's Palace. I could also start producing the Immortals. I'm wondering if I should do it in the city here. Actually, I might leave them on food, just so I keep growing. Okay, so they have a full army there, and they are attacking me. What does their... They only have 2 archers, which will be a problem, given that they'll be fortified and on high ground. This isn't too terrible, though, considering that I have swordsmen now, and I did get my immortals as well. Let's do this. This will be somewhat challenging. Immortals... I think I'm okay with, like, seeding the flag at the start. I'm going to try to bait them into taking it because it's kind of advantageous for me if they go after it. It's not a great position for the archers to be in at the start. Maybe let's swap it like that. Don't want them to be able to hit any of my archers at the start of the fight. Really annoying that Byblos keeps getting disabled by battles here, because it's really affecting my overall productive capacity. Okay, we're going to need vision. Don't want to do that with Immortals, because they have combat strength bonuses when they have high ground, or when they... that's what I'm looking for. When they are like in a city with fortifications. So I don't want to waste their health in a ideal scenario here. Okay, those are warriors. Get a rear attack there. Rear attack there. Okay, nice, managed to kill those ones. And I'm actually... Are these warriors as well? Yeah. Where do I have swords? These swords. Okay, let's pull them there. And they're just going to kind of hold the line against the Gazzetti, because I want to move some more archers up there. Ah, nice. That's a really easy kill there. That's one archer down, so I only have one ranged unit to worry about, which is going to make my life a lot easier. Especially if they bring that ranged unit right there, where I can target them very directly. That is priority number one, because once they're dead, I can just go like that. Probably could have done that at the start. Let's move some archers down there. And get over there. Try to get a rear attack here. Very nice. Okay, so only 3 Gazzetti left, and I can play pretty conservatively from this point on, just using my archers to do the same thing that I did last time, basically. Would have been really nice to have some more units here. Some more ranged units, or like upgraded ranged units of some kind. So say I had like Tassadi archers would benefit me quite a bit in taking the rest of these units down. But we will make do with regular archers, as you usually do in this era. Should be able to kill that guy. Great. Alright, let's see what they do, and then... Oh, right, they attacked me, so I had the last turn there. And trade everything with the Huns. There's no reason to fight that. Wish they didn't retreat in that direction. That's a little annoying. I am actually okay. There's no way I'm accepting that. I'm actually okay with trading everything with the Huns right now. I feel like it'll decrease the chance they try to knock me out of the game. And speaking of, I need to upgrade these warriors. There we go. Okay. So let's end the turn. We got another round here that we have to take care of. I actually came out of the walls, which is quite nice for me. Just gonna move all these archers into a spot where I can shoot these guys. And let's see, there we go. Can see the last unit there. Make sure we are giving some adjacency bonus to this sword. Great. And are they bringing in more units? Yeah, oh my god. This is actually very annoying. It's okay, so there go one of my archers. I don't know how they have so many units. I really despise fighting against the Celts, because the AI managed to do this pretty much every time. Okay, so those ones are gone. We can move our Immortals into the city here. We will... They shouldn't have any more units up in that direction, I don't think. So we can pull these archers back and get some adjacency there for my units. And we can kind of form up, maybe right there. Don't need to attack, they only have one ranged unit, so I'm not super worried about that. Can't believe they keep throwing units into this fight like this. It's very annoying. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do that to take them out. I can one-shot the archers with the immortals, so I'm going to do that. I want to try to get as many archers down here and shooting at these guys as I possibly can. Not sure if this guy will be able to make it anywhere. That's okay. We will take as many shots as possible. Okay. Now this is interesting. I would really like the combat to end this round. So I think I'm going to play it a little bit risky here. Should get a flanking here. Yep, there we go. I suppose it's not that risky. I have plenty of units to deal with those Gazzetti there. Alright, so that's another successful combat. And we'll upgrade into some warriors here. And actually we could move those in there once I get the opportunity. Okay. Might be better to just instant resolve this rather than retreat. I'm worried that they'll like farm war score off me. Oh, they have another city down here. Weird spot for a city. Okay. So Maker's Quarter, going to need that in here. And, okay, sure. Aggressive, independent people are really annoying when it comes to the emissaries, but what are you going to do? There's a part of me that feels like I am going to need another army, and I'm also going to need more production. 18 production is actually insane this early in the game. So let's do that first, because I am feeling the crunch a little bit right now. Can I get that down to 4? I can't. So let's keep growing. Do you feel the need to heal those guys? Yeah, I should be able to... Oh no, I can't attack with them. So I'll need to initiate the combat there, the siege, with those units. And just pull the rest of these in. Come on. Why don't you want to work? Just take the short path piece, thank you. Okay, so we have a tenet. Hunt the Infidels could be very useful this game. And actually one of the few games where it would be good. Abstain from Intoxicants would also be very strong for me, particularly kind of over in this area. It is one of the go-to tenets. Respect the Sea's bounties, potentially. I mean, it would help Hattusa a lot, but it would not help my other cities, is the main problem. Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about with retreating, right? Is that they're just going to get double benefit from forcing me to retreat, because now they'll get the retreat war score and the combat war score. So that's a little obnoxious. Hunt the Infidels. I think I'm going to take that. I think it's a good case for it this game, considering the relatively high proximity and very warlike nature of the game up to this point. Okay, so I can finally attack Thebes. Making sure that Byblos is not within that combat zone, right? Because like the city hasn't been totally crippled by that, but I've lost a lot of industry in this city because of just how much fighting has been going on. Okay, don't want a low health unit up there. Otherwise, this deployment seems fine. I'm going to focus down the Gazzetti first. They are the highest combat strength units. I'm actually going to get into the city there. There's part of me that feels like I should try to retreat some of these archers a bit, or should have deployed them a little bit differently. I can shoot a unit from there, so that's fine. I would like to get these units up here. Okay. 1 damage. Excellent. Okay, they do have some archers in the back there. This is a bit of a risky position. Oh, and those are warriors too. Because there's only one place to retreat, which is onto the river. I'm going to bring my immortals up here. Not the ideal situation for them. But I need something to tank some damage here, and they're pretty high base combat strength. Shoot these Gazzetti again. Please kill them. Thank you. Alright, just provide some adjacency there. Okay, don't want to attack uphill there. Okay, that's nice. I can get in there, and I can get a rear attack on those citizens. So we'll take that. This guy can retreat. Maybe bring this guy up to tank a little bit of damage, and position that guy to get in the city next turn. Let's see if we can take these citizens out. Great. So I can get these guys up onto high ground now, and take out those archers. And yeah, not too much I can do with these archers. It's fine. I have their flag, so assuming they're not able to capture it next round, which they definitely can't, I'll be good. Alright, so there's Thebes. And now I'm getting some bonuses from Lust for War on my cities. So my plan is to occupy Thebes for a little bit, because I do need to boost these other cities. They're definitely falling a little bit behind the game at the moment. Could also really use some extra food in here, so I'm going to grab that farmer's quarter. I'm thinking about when I should attach this, or maybe this other territory here. Religious tolerance, I definitely want the grievances this game, so I'm going to pick that up. I usually go for that one. It actually, ironically, things that help you generate grievances are also good. Stupid placate. I'm gonna have to like refocus my attention down that way. So let's start bringing units. Okay, so but as I was saying, the anything that helps generate grievances is also good for diplomacy as well, ironically, because you can get stuff for forgiving grievances. Okay. Do I really care about them right now? I don't. I'm going to renounce that. Purple, don't really care about them. I'm going to renounce that. Brown, they're so far away. I'm going to renounce that one. Then I can force them to surrender at any point, basically. And these guys, I need to deal with this war score. Just keeping a small occupying force here, they'll almost certainly send more units up that way. Should also grab fortification so that I get the citizens. It's actually going to be useful this game. I often skip that tech, but okay, we're going to grab overproductive. We want that extra industry in this city. That's going to help us a fair bit. I did not swap to buyout mode. I don't know why I thought I did. Could also attach here, which I think I am going to do because I need to get some other stuff produced here that does tank my stability, which I suppose was a little predictable. Yeah, there was a quarter in there as well, which I suppose I knew. Can also get this other stuff. We'll put the Satrap's Palace in the back. And then maybe a garrison for some stability. But we'll worry about that in a bit. Also have the Unbeliever Civic. Neither of those are particularly potent for me at the moment. I will probably grab this one right here, because I'm going to need to deal with stability, and I think the garrisons are going to be my preferred approach this game. Can I get that to one turn? I can't. That's unfortunate. Okay. Have them go around that way. And I almost feel like I should have this group stay up here, just in case. I think this should be enough to take on these armies down here. Go ahead and make that attack. Okay, so a bit of a struggle so far this era. Don't have enough influence for those wonders. was thinking about maybe getting one of the wonders, but it's not super important. And this territory here, I have the iron. Don't think that harbor is worth it. Okay, Maker's Quarter coming up. Want to get the public fountain, and I should maybe think about another army as well. I'm going to do that. Just get a full army of immortals, basically. Oh, maybe 3 immortals. Oh, 3 immortals and 1 archer, I think seems okay. Okay, and to refuse that, I just want to keep occupying Thebes for a minute while it helps boost my other places. Why do I have such low? War weariness. Yeah, we'll take care of that in a minute here. So let's grab philosophy, because we are going to want that city cap, as well as specifically the research quarter. We need to buffer our science a little bit. Thinking about next era, Aztecs would be very nice to get. There are some decent choices, though, and we're still too early into the era to really be thinking about that, in my opinion. I've reconsidered these units down here, just because I think I'm going to end the war with the black player in a turn or two, just to make sure I don't lose all my stability. Okay. All still safe for now. Okay.
Debate and...
Alright, so let's peace out with black. We'll force their surrender. We're going to take Thebes. And do any of these have, like, important resources? Not really. Yeah. We'll just take some of their outlying territories just to cripple them a little bit. Sure, they're going to start pillaging them right away. But that looks okay for us. Let's see how the city's doing. Not great. Okay, let's start with watermill. And probably flood irrigation. I want to be able to explore some of these outlying islands at some point as well. They'll have some resources we could take advantage of, but it's kind of a lower priority. On the other hand, we do want to get to craftsmanship. Rhetoric would be nice as well for that +1 science per pop, because science is where we're struggling the most at the moment. Okay, so this time we're going to avoid that Cyclopean fortress, because that tanks your movement. I also have a force coming towards Corral, which looks a little bit on the dangerous side. Let's grab some immortals in here, just so we have a proper defensive unit that can take on like higher strength combat units. Gothic Cav are pretty dangerous, so hoping I can avoid them if possible. Seems like they're going to pull their units back into a more defensive position. Oh, I can actually siege the city from there. I guess they've connected it all up. Okay, that's good to know. So I think what I actually want to do is make this attack first. And then I can siege the city, right? This actually makes it way easier for me. So by making that attack first, it means that they will no longer be able to reinforce on this turn, so it'll keep them out of the fight. Actually, no, we don't want the immortals there, I don't think. Maybe we put them there. Try to get into the city. Maybe like right there. We'll put them there, I think. Kind of hold them in reserve a little bit until I can break open one of these spots. Okay, spearmen are pretty weak. Let's bring these archers in first. I want to pull them to the back here, because there's a potential for, you know, more reinforcements. And I get a rear attack here. Which is funny, because these guys can't actually attack down, but that's not how the rear attack is calculated. And please get them. No, can't quite get into the city this round. That's okay. Don't want to make that attack. That is too even. I would prefer to make attacks exclusively where I have a major combat strength advantage, which I do right here because of flanking. Okay, then we can pop in there with those immortals. Then I should be able to make a high ground attack there. There we go. And here, yeah, let's start pulling that guy down, just because we would prefer to end the combat this round if we can. The real problem is, though, that they have, yeah, it's going to take a lot of movement to get that flag. Oh, their last unit is there. I was not paying very much attention. Huh, I guess archers don't have the same line of sight as swordsmen do, because the swordsmen that were there were apparently giving me line of sight up there. But now I can't see that unit, which is a little weird. Okay, I should be able to wrap that up in one round next turn, so instead I'm going to position these guys to go do other things. Don't know quite what those other things will be yet. Not sure if any of these are worth claiming. I mean, Pyramid of the Sun could still be worthwhile, even if it's just for the stability. Because I am struggling with food this game. I think I'm gonna grab it. If I could like get some food wonders in these cities, and then maybe stack it with Machu Picchu later, that would be pretty beneficial for me. Let's just throw it in there. It'll help on the stability issue as well. Okay, let's take out these citizens. And I think I get a rear attack there. Not quite. Alright, there we go. So there's Mycenae. They've actually done better for themselves than I thought. They're just a little more distributed than would be ideal for their own defense, so I was able to take advantage of that. Do you have any... Yeah, I want to make those demands. Don't think I want to buy that farmer's quarter, it's a little on the expensive side. Another unit here I can move out, and then we're working on satraps. Unfortunately, like a lot of these infrastructure are not very good for me. I think down here makes sense for science quarters or research quarters, whatever you want to call them. So we'll start building those because we are pretty behind on science at the moment, which is a slightly unusual position for me to be in. Anyone I can reinforce there with? Not really. Some rebels there, so I'll need to keep some units available. Yeah, I'll just have to retreat from that one, which is fine. Then over here, what's our war support look like? There's just not great. Definitely farm some war support off these units here. Not sure why it is that they can move all the way there, but these ones can't. Ah, they've chosen the Aztecs. Interesting. Yeah, I guess they're doing pretty well for themselves. They did, well, not surpass. They're quite close to being fame. Too bad. The Aztecs would have been a great choice for me. Oh. Ooh, okay, I did not mean to do that. I am actually going to reload, which I almost never do. But obviously that has major implications for the game, so I'll just replay this particular turn. Once the loading screen goes through for me, here we go. Okay. Okay, so let's refuse that this time, thank you. I was just playing a little bit too fast. Let these units kind of find their positions, and we can attack them again. Okay. There we go. Get that retreat. Go there. Get that retreat. Assume they're still the Aztecs, yeah. And then up here, you need to retreat those units. Okay, looks good. Then we will make those demands and start building up our war support again, because we would like to take those people out of the game if we can. Memphis will probably be a fairly valuable city. We should just destroy those guys. They're just going to wander around and cause some havoc. Okay, let's grab study, I think, for the extra science on cities. We'll lose a little bit of stability as the trade-off there, but I think I'm okay with making that trade right now. Corral, still going to refuse that, which is really annoying that I don't have cultural dominance. It'll get there eventually, but it's going to take a while. Oh, and I do have Colosseum now. Any other wonders that I got? No, just Colosseum, it looks like. But still a nice wonder to have for this game, actually. Pretty happy with that pickup. Just keep making some more attacks here. Aztecs have done surprisingly well, I would say. Wouldn't mind another immortal. So I do want to pillage this and claim those resources if I can. Okay, up here. You all are hanging out. I'm going to need more armies, which sounds weird to say. Let's go for craftsmanship. That'll get me trade expeditions, which will let me get out to some territories that may have some extra goodies that'll benefit me quite a bit. There's a merchant star, which is nice. I wasn't expecting to be getting merchant stars. Okay. That should be a fight that I can win fairly easily. We're going to retreat. Probably the same thing will happen down there in just a moment. Alright, they're the Aztecs now, so they're going to retreat a really long way. Do either of these have retreating? No. We'll refuse that. So, okay, we'll be able to make peace with them next turn, which will be a good time for us to make peace, I think. Let's reinforce that army before I move them out. Oh, we're actually at war with purple at the moment. Okay, good to know. Whoop. Alright, let's remove these guys from the equation, then I can get these 2 units back in action. Okay, I'm actually going to, while this is getting its buff from having occupied Mycenae, I'm going to have it work on Pyramid of the Sun, just so we can get that out as soon as possible. I think the question is, do I want to delay a turn on peace? I think I do, just so I can get some extra benefits. Okay, they're going to reinforce back here with a horseman. So let's deploy archers kind of up in this area where the horsemen won't be able to reach. We'll use our immortals back here. Just kind of cut off their ability to actually go anywhere with those horses. Just their deploy. Okay, their deployment area is down there, so I think this is fine. I didn't realize I had that swordsman back there. Alright, that looks good. Get you into the district before you attack. I would actually like them to bring this horseman in so I can destroy it. Okay, then they're going to hide with it, which makes some amount of sense, I suppose. But I will do quite well against that little horsey. We will grab the flag just in case we can't kill these other units. but obviously the preference is to destroy those units so we don't have to deal with them later. Okay, that looks good. Alright, great. So we're going to hold out for another turn on occupying, I think. We'll chase after these guys up here. Really annoying that they can retreat far enough that I can't really chase after them. Okay. I think there's a case I attach this so they stop kind of marauding into my territory. Though, on the other hand, I do have really low stability. So maybe never mind and just wait. Up here. Try to take out that territory down there. I want to make sure there's nothing unexplored up here that would benefit me. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Make that attack. They'll retreat, and we have another army coming in. But I think now might be the time to make peace. We're going to force surrender. We're going to have them give their capital here. Might be worth taking some of these territories. Can only afford one. But there are some of these other like outliers. I think maybe that one even just to get me some vision. There we go. Actually, a couple nice resources here. The Ambergris will help me a decent bit. Also be really nice to get Mount Vesuvius in my territory sometime in the near future. Okay, so I've actually stolen that spot from them, which means this Cyclopean Fortress will be mine now, which means I can get some benefits to my combat strength in this area. This is actually a brutal place for a Cyclopean Fortress. I would have preferred it right on the paths, but this is still really nice. Really hard to break that position. Okay, so they attached that. Share maps. Yeah, why not? Be nice to see what's going on around me. Oh, what a crazy continent. Players are all over the place. What is this guy's benefits? Pathfinder and Workaholic. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Why his units can move so much. They will have 8 base movements, I think, which is pretty crazy. Would benefit the player a lot, actually, if you could manage to do that. Okay, let's make sure let's just get that out. I want that to be done so that Byblos can actually grow into a more productive city here. And then we can actually start getting some food. All right. Next on the docket, probably the black player. Thinking Memphis is going to be the target. Okay, I should be able to win that fight pretty easily. Let's consolidate our forces here. And who has more archers? They're both about the same. I'm going to leave one force in Mycenae just in case. Leave a force in Corral just in case. I'm worried about some of these other players just attacking me at any time. Okay, we can get some Satraps' palaces in here. Probably this side, because this benefits from adjacent makers' quarters. And I'm thinking about actually just purchasing one of these, because I do need to get this industry up a bit. Also low on stability in here. Let's get the public fountain just to help out. And the forge would be quite nice as well. So just want to build everything more efficiently, really. Okay. The Agrarian Aristar. Let's take a look at how we're doing. Not too bad, honestly. We're actually a little bit better, in better shape than I thought we would be, all things considered. Okay. So time to start preparing for the next era. Imperial power gives you access to both feudalism and war summons, which are pretty important techs, so we'll go down that path first. Weird spot for them to have claimed. Man, the AI are just all over the place. I could take out that army there, that would be pretty beneficial. They'll have no choice but to take that fight. I'm worried about those reinforcements, though. I don't know if I can... do this quite so effectively, given the current positioning of my armies. So I think I'm just going to wait on that one. I'm going to need more units, which sounds preposterous because I feel like I have so many already. But that is the way this is going to go this game. How much? Wow, 17 industry from charcoal kiln is actually really good. And we should start getting the libraries in my cities as well. I'm going to finish up that Satrap's Palace. Let's put some people back on food, since I have relatively efficient farmers. And we're going to need the library as well. Okay. Okay, so they're moving in a very weird way. This is going to give me a big benefit in attacking them. Don't know why this guy is running around in my territory, but let's get him out of there. Okay. So, celebrating gives some stability, moves us back. Yeah, we don't care about the plus 5% money on cities, really. That extra 5 stability is going to be more beneficial, I think. Ooh, 26 industry from charcoal kiln. Yes, please. 22 food there is also really nice. Okay. Let's have you camp out in Byblos. Thebes still working on the satraps. Should I feel like I should maybe attach this at this point. I think I'm going to. It's going to be a big stability penalty. But I'll get some benefits to food. It'll increase my population a little bit. I think it's time. It's not like the best city given the lack of rivers, but what are you going to do? Okay. Yeah, orange I think is a longer term prospect to take out. So I'm going to start moving. I hate when the AI just have random units in your territory like this. It's super annoying. Because of the way that, what's it called? The zone of control works, it stops your movement. So I get pretty annoyed by these single units. Hoping I can attack them again. Just trying to remove as much strength as possible from the battlefield on their end. Pretty annoying that they're going to have the high ground here. Should try to get a unit up there if I can. So what I'll do is come back here, because this guy will get a charge bonus if I've moved, so then maybe... Nice, okay. Actually, I maybe shouldn't have done that, because that's going to leave my archers vulnerable here. I don't think they'll be able to kill an archer with these Gazzetti, because I have some combat strength bonuses. Yeah, they're okay. And I'll have time to regenerate all that. Alright, great. So, do I have any more grievances here? I do. I lured some population. Okay, Goths I don't really care about at the moment. They're too far away for them to be of any major concern. Ah, and they just established a new city. That is a very annoying spot for a city to have been founded. My god. Why are there so many of these units running around? Did I get another? No. They're placating me? That's fine, I suppose. Non-aggression pact with the Han. That has no impact on me, so I'm just going to refuse. Alright. I'd like to get 2 more techs for those scientist stars. Esthete stars are going to be out of reach. See if I can get that farmer's quarter. I can. Excuse me. And oh yeah, the charcoal kiln in here is also going to be quite nice. I do have a lot of industry going in general. It'd be really nice if I could get some buffs to some of these industry quarters. Okay. Yeah, they're going to keep placating me. I don't know where they're getting so much leverage from, but there's a part of me that just wants to go for the declaration of war here, because they're just going to placate me into oblivion, so I'll just do that. Pretty sure, yeah, that battle zone is going to expand, so I'll get access to some more units here. Don't think I'm going to need any melee units on that side of the field. Let's make sure that all of our archers are up on high ground here so they get some combat strength bonuses. Alright, so definitely want to make that attack with the immortals there. I'll try to remove those Gazzetti from the field. There we go. And what do I have up here? Immortals. Oh, and I have some in the back as well. This is actually going to be quite good for me. Let's do something like that. Okay. And then we'll bring these reinforcements in. There's a part of me that wants to cycle some of these out, but I don't think my immortals can quite make it there. They have 4 movement, so 1, 2, 3. I guess they could. Nice, okay. So right there, they have some high ground benefits against some of these other units, specifically the Gazzetti down here. I'm going to make those attacks. Put a Gazzetti up there, or not a Gazzetti, an Immortal. I haven't attacked with all my archers yet, so let's see if we can maybe take some of those out. Not quite. I'm going to keep the rest of my units in reserve. No need to deplete their health at the moment. I have a pretty big advantage on their units. Alright, so these archers are dead. These archers are dead. And probably attack from there, and then hit them with the archers. I can move those immortals into the city. Can take a hit on those Gazzetti. See if I can. Okay, nice. Then I can get rear attacks on these Gazzetti here. And maybe I can do this. Should move this guy here for some adjacency first. There we go. Cleared him out. Pretty big, what's the word I'm looking for? Advantage over the AI there in terms of the number of units that I have. So hopefully I can keep that going. I will have to contend with this player later, but I really wish I would stop getting these stupid events. I really don't want these civics that they're giving me. I should maybe think about building this influence building, because that will help counteract some of those. I'm also going to need to get some stability and where are they recommending this? Actually, that's not a bad spot for it. The obelisk is going to help with that as well. Okay. Maybe have this army camp out here just to maintain control. And it's time to get some satraps' palaces in here. I don't want to put that on the river. This spot's not ideal because I can't surround it, but I don't want to like lose some of these outputs from the river because rivers are so strong. Okay. Wow, we're over an hour on this already. Let's keep moving our forces forward. Take this path for these guys. Why are you stopped there? Okay, so Memphis is the next one. I'm going to refuse that offer, which is going to decrease my war support, of course. And in Byblos, let's have it help with the obelisk. Then I still need like a little bit of everything in here, really. Definitely need the library, because my tech is still not quite where I would want it to be. Maybe grab siege tactics for the extra unit slot. And then once we have siege tactics, we will probably head on up to the next era. I'm going to have another... Okay, I should be able to at least have all these satraps' palaces in queue before I era up. So if you have the emblematic district with at least one production into it, you will not lose access to it in your production queue when you era up. Whereas obviously once you, say, take the next culture, say we're to take the Aztecs, you won't be able to build any more satraps' palaces. So I do want to have some of those available. That would actually be a really nice amount of money there. I am thinking about that. On the other hand, food is kind of an issue across several of my cities at the moment. Let's grab the animal barns. Maybe the library. I'm okay with like kind of a general spread in some cities, but this one needs to get online first. This one can be generally productive, I think. All right, and actually now that I think about it, because that'll be providing, me occupying whatever this city name is, will give me some extra bonuses on some of my other outputs here, which is pretty handy. Especially since that city isn't like really worth annexing. I'll be pillaging it the moment I occupy, or the moment I take it off the other player. So get the aqueduct. Be great to be able to get some stability bonuses in the next era. Maybe the English are the play if they're available, because food and longbows and what? Okay, the preview there was a little dysfunctional. I'm gonna keep all these units together. They all in the city? Yeah, it looks like they are. All right. I think considering the time here, yeah, it's time to think about the next era, actually. I did get that last science star. If I waited for another 1600 gold, I could get another money star, but I think upgrading to the next culture is going to be a big benefit. At the moment, I am thinking the English would be a really good fit. I am having some stability issues, I'm having food issues, and the longbows are really good units. I don't have enough rivers to really take advantage of the Khmer, although the +3 industry on Maker's Quarters is quite nice. Teutons, they're okay. I don't know if this is really the game for them, though. I just feel like I have too low population to really take advantage of the Spurred by Faith, and the Kaiserdom is not amazing. Ghanaians are a no, Franks are a pass on the influence. Byzantines would be okay. The Varangian Guards are really good, and I do have some horse resources. I have one right there. I have one right there. Anyone else? I have one right there. So I could get like some decent gold adjacency from that, but I don't know if it's enough to be worth, if it's worth the trade-off with the English, you know? And then the Bulgarians, the Victor's Honor can be good, and the Bogaturi are a pain in the ass. Stability per territory, following your state religion. Actually, how many do I have? I have a decent amount. That would not be bad with the for the stability effects, and it would help me with the science too, and gives you a means to generate leverage more efficiently. But I think it's not worth the trade-off with the English. So that'll probably be my priority. I think I need mounted warfare. We'll just start on foreign outposts. And we are going to select the English, but we will start the siege first. We are going to select the English. I actually meant to do an assault here. Oh, why is it a draw? Oh, that's really silly. I'm going to do something again this episode that I don't normally do, which is reload, because that is ridiculous that they were vassalized there, especially when I meant to actually assault that turn. How were they even vassalized? Like, who vassalized them? The green player? Oh, I loaded the wrong save, man. I'm really out of it today. I've been sick the last couple of days, so I'm not playing hyper efficiently. You can probably hear it in my voice. Does seem a little silly to me that I don't really like how vassalization works in Humankind, because you can kind of do it against any opponent of any size for effectively like the same cost, it feels like. And this player, I mean, they've been occupying this one, but then they can just like take over all their stuff, even though I am currently like occupying and besieging them. It just doesn't really sit right with me. All right. Also good to know though that we should try to capture this turn. I suppose that's cheating knowledge a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. I thought I could attack down there. Actually, I should have probably deployed this guy a little differently, because we want to make as many melee attacks into the city as we can. We want to try to clear this out quickly. Okay, we can take on these Gazzetti. Actually, let's grab that rear attack there. Pretty solid attacks on that one, and I think I have high ground on that guy as well. These guys, I'm going to have them come up this way just to reinforce. These immortals here will end up taking a fair bit of damage, I think. Okay. Pull those swords back. Let's attack down into the city. It's hard to pass on that attack there. I can take out those guys with archers. I can hopefully take out these guys with archers as well. I'd like to block them from being able to access my archers with their melee units. Put them into the city there. Okay, perfect. Then we'll bring these archers up, and I can start flanking away at their units. Not as worried about their archers this time around. Their Gazzetti are the main thing I need to be concerned about. Not sure if I'm going to be able to capture the city in this combat or not. It's gonna rely on them kind of suiciding a lot of their units, which is a problem. Can you make that attack? Oh, I can't. Oh, I already moved them. That was a big mistake on my part. Why did I do that? Very stupid of me. I was thinking they were already there, and then I could move them into the city after, but I had moved them there specifically to make that attack. Ay. So I don't think I'm going to be able to take the city, which is super annoying, because these guys will be vassalized in the next turn. And then I'll just, like, the siege will end as a draw. I don't want to, like, cheat and end the war now, but I am going to, like, lose all the progress that I made in this war when they get vassalized. And I meant to actually go up to the next era. Yeah, that's very silly. I mean, I guess I get this one, but like... Okay. Well, I'm going to start breaking these treaties because I am not happy about that. So we'll make those demands. We're going to select the English, which I should have selected in the last turn, but it's okay. And Maker's Quarter there. Just queuing up the rest of the stuff for the rest of the era, and then we will put an end to this one, which has been particularly long, and if I might say, a little taxing, because my illness is not pleased with me at the moment. Satrap's Palace is fine. We definitely need more food in here, but I don't really have a lot of good options. I feel like harbors are kind of the only option for me for the city. And farmers, which is not ideal. I don't want to lose population, so I'm going to assign a couple farmers there. But not the way I would prefer this to go. We will need stability in here as well. And here, we do not want that city. So maybe work on the embassy. Who has stability issues? I think everyone, really. Yeah, Krall's not going to be a great city for the embassy. The terrain there is not going to support it very well. That's less than ideal because I can't fully surround it there, so I'm going to put it right there. Less immediate benefits, but will be useful long term. Have that produce the embassy, go like that. Great. So I guess we're going to be trying to wage war against the green player next era, who are the Mongols, so that's going to be a real pain in the ass. But since they kind of sniped the black player here and made my war kind of useless, that's the play, I suppose, and they're really the most immediate threats at this point. Everyone else is a little less threatening. I am worried about Orange kind of long term, especially given like how distributed they are. It's going to be difficult to wage war against them, but we'll see what I can do. So cheers, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.